Hello people who cannot sit at home, thank you so much for being here. So in this video we are heading up north, we are heading to Bancroft area. This is kind of northeast of Toronto, about give or take actually 3 hours. So I do suggest to you that this is an overnight road trip. In my opinion, this is a very unique road trip. Like Bancroft and that area is nothing like the typical Toronto area. I will of course show you what are the reasons why I think this is so unique. But yes, definitely this is worth a weekend trip. I'm gonna suggest to you a place to stay, and of course I'm gonna show you a number of really cool places to check out in the area. And also we're gonna stop over at the really adorable city of Warkworth and also Campbellford. Warkworth is highly underrated, it's very adorable, there's so many really cool shopping and food shopping, and Campbellford is known for the giant Toonie and also Ranney Gorge Suspension Bridge, and Bancroft is known for rocks. So anyway, without further ado, let's go. And by the way, over here is the map of what we're going to be doing, so you roughly understand the locations of all of these places. It's also going to be down below, where you can simply take this map with you on your own road trip and just follow it. So the first stop is M&L Motors. I totally missed this place even when driving with Google Maps. I completely didn't see it because it's literally on an Esso gas station. When I finally realized that in the very corner there is a really adorable coffee shop, I stopped. And what I was greeted with were these skeletons. Right now is of course close to Halloween time. Then the coffee shop, the outside is really cute. There's still a bit of a patio happening. I'm sure this is gonna probably go inside because winter is coming. Inside is so homey, so adorable, very vintagey. Love the chandeliers, love the vibes, the little lights, the again vintagey kind of chairs and mismatched chairs. Here is what I got. This is apple pie latte. Looks so yummy. It is also very yummy, but it's extremely sweet. This is more of a dessert versus a drink. So if you're not into really, really sweet drinks, this is probably not for you, but I gotta say it was really good. It literally felt like you're drinking apple pie. If you wanted to try it, why not? The scone was white chocolate raspberry. I definitely loved it. It was very freshly made. Just I think it was still warm when I got it. The raspberries are nice and juicy, very flaky, very buttery, but in a good way. Not overly buttery, but very nice. Had my coffee, went outside, and then I saw a bit of a drama on the parking lot. The skeleton friend that we just saw while entering has fallen down. I put him back up. I'm pretty sure the people over there who were sitting watching what I was doing were laughing, but you know what? I rectified the situation. And by the way, I am also stopping over at the Dollarama really quickly. It will all make sense later on in the video why I'm stopping over here, and specifically I am here for yarn. It's a cotton yarn with different kind of colors, and I'm also getting a crochet hook. As I mentioned, you will see this will make sense later on in the video. So right now the colors are gorgeous, especially in the area that we're heading for. Right now we're heading for Warkworth, the town of Warkworth. And yes, the colors are still really, really beautiful. This is almost the end of October, which is surprising because usually the colors are already gone by then. And here it is, the town of Warkworth. Honestly, I'm very surprised that I've never heard about this town because it's actually a very touristy town. It's perfect for visitors, not just locals. You know, sometimes some towns in Ontario, you could tell that they're more of a local kind of place, but this one is literally for somebody to go from the city and visit. And they have tons of cute houses, kind of like a Victorian feel to it, but really beautifully kept up. And by the way, I'm going to show you the places I checked out in Warkworth. It does not mean that that's all there is. There's tons more. There is a pizza place. There's this KOOK cafe that is very popular. But because I just had my scone, I was not hungry. So the first stop I stopped was Golden Line Spiritual Studio. Loved it. It's just really beautiful, really well curated. The ladies that were working there clearly knew what they were selling. I had a bit of a conversation with them. I got a few really beautiful stones. This one I'm pretty sure is opal, so I got that. I thought it was just so beautiful. Next stop, the pastry shop was right next to it, and I just love the outside of it. And then inside it was just as good. The chocolate mousse, look at those adorable chocolate cups, and everything in there looked so yummy. I did not stop over to eat, I just wanted to show you what's there. The Village Pantry was the stop that I stopped at next. So yes, this store has the most loveliest cheeses. Over there, mango papaya, my favorite, Guns Hill. And they also had wasabi gouda. And by the way, you can sample them before buying it, which is very nice. And the store has the most curious objects. Most of them, of course, are for home decor, kitchen decor. Over here, these cool tulips made out of wood. Very beautiful. In the home section over here, I really like the cookie cutters, different types. Loving the cat over here. Tractor. They also had really cute cards. Very simple but lovely. And by the way, overall the town is really pretty. Of course, this is fall time, so there's that colorful foliage everywhere and beautiful moms everywhere. Warkworth Public Library is our next stop, but specifically not the library, but the little seed library over here. So they have a little seed library where the community can leave the seeds, and you can also take the seeds and you can plant it. What I did not know is that half of the year it's seed library, but half of the year is wool or knitting library. Hence why I bought the yarn, because that's what they do for the other half of the year. They exchange yarn over here, which I thought was so adorable. And yeah, basically the idea is you bring a yarn and you take a yarn and you hopefully do something with it. They have a Facebook group where they announce when the library switches. So if you're interested, try to find them on Facebook. So up next, the really pretty store, another really pretty store is the 39 Main Street. It's not a very big store actually, but what they did have were these gorgeous candles. They looked like they're almost frosted, and overall what they did have was really beautiful. Over here, look at these rose candles. They're also kind of frosted. I think they were around $40, so not the cheapest, but I also never seen candles like that before, ever. Very beautiful. So I already did some damage. I got few cheeses. I got, what else did I get? Oh, I got the stones, gemstones. Center and Main is another place that I got some chocolate at, and I highly recommend this place. First of all, just beautifully done quality chocolates with different colors, and London fog over here. I love the flavor of London fog. This is matcha, as I understand, also really pretty. But what I got was sponge toffee in black chocolate, and oh my gosh, it was so good. Over here I'm sampling it in the car, and when I tell you that those chocolates went pretty much in like 2 days, I'm not lying. Those were amazing. So the stop number 3 is Ranney Gorge Suspension Bridge. When you put it in the map, like the map that I'm showing you, you just park, and right there is a suspension bridge. You don't need to pay for the parking or for this bridge, which is quite rare nowadays, so thank you for that. The town of Campbellford, and the view is gorgeous. Of course, it's even more beautiful when the foliage is happening, but right now this section already kind of lost a lot of leaves. But nonetheless, it's beautiful. It's definitely pretty unique for Ontario. I don't think there's a lot of bridges like that are suspended. It does sway in the wind a little bit, which is not a problem really. You still feel fairly safe, but you do see through the mesh, the metal mesh, the water. So I guess maybe for some people that's not the most pleasant feeling, but overall it's definitely a place to check out. Giant Toonie Campbellford is another must-see place. And it is pretty much exactly what it is. It's a giant toonie. The reason, by the way, that this giant toonie is here is the fact that the back of the coin has a polar bear, and it was drawn by an artist from Campbellford. So I'll be honest, to me, Campbellford does not really have a lot of destinations, unfortunately. Over here is Doors Bakery. The thing about this bakery is that unless you show up very, very early in the morning, they have amazing donuts, they truly do. But unless you're there at like 10 a.m., this is all you get. You get like 3 choices, and I do not like anything with sprinkles. I'm not a child. And they do have some cupcakes, but it's the donuts that I want. So anyway, anytime I'm there, there are no options. So unfortunately, it's great probably, but I cannot tell you much about it. They're always out of their donuts when I'm there. Stedman's is a very interesting retail store that is stuck in time. It is actually a good store, trust me. Like, there are so many things that are very kind of vintagey, but in a beautiful way. For example, there are these like throws. I actually absolutely adore that. Over here, there are bags that are again kind of vintagey looking, but they're also new. And as you can see, like, it's a little outdated, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad store. So definitely check it out. Empire Cheese, they have a lot of cheese. It's not the gourmet that I personally like. I know I sound very snotty, but they do have just blocks of, cheddar, blocks of, actually mainly I think it's cheddar. And I also got cheese curds. These had, I think, garlic and some kind of spice. They were really, really yummy. So that's another place in the area to check out. And one more, Dockside Bistro is one of the main restaurants in Campbellford. When I was there, they closed for an event. So what I ended up doing is I found a food truck that was kind of on the way to Bancroft, which is where I'm heading right now. He was open, the burger was great. There were a bunch of ATVers over there, so that was cool to see their ATVs. I ate and continued my trip. So in Bancroft, my partner has a cottage and we stay there a lot. So over the years now, which I have actually been to Bancroft a lot of times. We even stayed at an Airbnb in Bancroft a couple of years ago. Here is the look of it. This is a dome Airbnb. I highly, highly suggest these guys if you are going to be staying in Bancroft. This is not sponsored. Just really nice people. They have a hot tub over there that's just kind of outside. They even now have a sauna, which they did not have when we were there. And they provide all of the stuff that you need to heat up the hot tub. The accommodations were really comfortable, very nice bed. Just a really lovely way to spend the night in Bancroft. So now let's talk about the actual town of Bancroft. In the morning, AM, PM, Outdoor Gourmet is my suggestion to you. Lovely people, very cool restaurant. What they are known for in the town are their ginormous pancakes.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That's a pie. Like, how do I, like, here's my arm. So currently the price for the pancakes, if they're just simple pancakes, is $12 for the 3 of them. And the diameter of them is 10 inches, which is absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this ever. It's larger than my head. And then you have toppings. We got wild Quebec blueberries. The toppings are $3, so they put the blueberries right in there. Another topping is chocolate chip, and then they have also sides such as like different bacons and different sausages. So ask them. There's like a whole list that they have. They're all roughly $3, as I understand. So here, me and my partner just trying to figure out how we can eat all of this. And we divided. He got 2 pancakes. And by the way, they of course provide the maple syrup. It was a fight. It was a fight. It was really yummy, but it was impossible to eat the whole order. The most I got was slightly more than a half I ate. Here is me showing you how much I ate, and this is how much he ate. He almost finished 1 pancake. Then they gave us a pizza box, which is ridiculously funny, and that was our to-go. And I actually ate it later on in the day. Lakeside Gems, very close to the restaurant, amazing gemstones. Bancroft is known for their gemstones. This place is lovely. Prices are definitely doable. Lots of unique things. If you're into rocks, and I don't understand why you wouldn't be, because they're so gorgeous, check out this place. I was like a kid in a candy shop. Some of the items here are just wow, unique, beautiful, all of those things. Then the lady who was working there, she told me, oh, why don't you look into the drawers? So as you start looking into the drawers, there's like so many of them, and they're all labeled different parts of the world. I think one side is Canadian and one side is international, and you can look at all of the stuff that they have in there as well. There's something about like the search, opening the drawers and searching for things and, you know, seeing the gems that are in there. Beautiful. Specifically, I of course love my amethyst. That is my actually birthstone, and here it is. This is the international amethyst. The other side has the Canadian. I'm going to show you in a second. Here's more beautiful gems from different drawers. That is quartz. Over here is Thunder Bay amethyst. That's the Canadian one, of course. I think many of you have heard of the Thunder Bay mine, and here are examples of that. They're smaller chunks, at least that's what they have, than the international ones, but still gorgeous. I got this beautiful pyrite, and I got another rock. I don't remember the name of it. So I did a little bit of shopping, and oh my gosh, they have even more gorgeous amethyst. Anyway, great store. Highly recommend for sure. The old tin shed is located in Bancroft. It is a barn that has just so many home decor, home improvement things, but they also are very serious about their just aesthetic appearance. They're always decorated for the season. Right now it's Halloween and fall. As you go inside, again, this is like a fairly tall barn, so the space of it is beautiful. Lots of gorgeous items. And they even have a whole section for clothes and kind of a cottage wear. I almost got this beautiful Christmas decoration. Kind of need something to be hanging. I might actually come back and get it. I really like it. But I did get the handles, door handles for our kind of shed area. We already installed it and they are really beautiful. Sea and Rock Pile is very unique, unusual place. So it's a rock pile. I know that sounds strange, but of course this is no regular rock pile. Once you get there, you'll know what I mean. The rocks, and I think they're called mica or mica. They're mainly those white rocks, and they're beautiful. They're just unusual. They're not your typical side of the road rocks. When the sun hits them, they also kind of glow. Sometimes they almost glow like in a bluish kind of tint. But what I want you to watch out for is satellite, which is semi-precious stone. It is blue. You will find it there if you search hard enough. I actually found it on this trip over here as well. I'm going to put a link down below about the information on satellite if you would like to learn more about it. But yes, very pretty semi-precious stone as I understand. And by the way, for this kind of rock experience, if you would like to, definitely get goggles, get a hammer or one of those chisel things, and try to crack them. Be, of course, very careful, but try to crack them and see, see what's inside. During the season, during the regular season, there's of course Princess Satellite Mine, which is a rock farm. It is an absolutely amazing experience. I'm gonna put my video about it down below. Where you go for free, you go into this rock farm area, and they bring different rocks from, as I understand, different mines. And in here you also can crack them, can take anything you want. You do pay $2 per pound, but you can find over here huge chunks of amethyst. Of course not all the time. You have to dig for it, but I've found some amazing stuff before. However, Princess Satellite Mine and Rock Farm are closed in the winter time. So as I understand, they open from May 24th weekend on up until Canadian Thanksgiving, which I think is usually like the first week of October, is it? But of course, to make sure, just check their website. And same thing applies if you would like to crack some rocks here. First of all, closed-toe shoes are a must. Bring your own hammer or chisel. Bring your own goggles. I think they provide goggles, but it's always best to bring your own. And also gloves. Bring your own gloves so that, just to be safe. And watch out for people around you who are cracking rocks so that you don't get a rock bouncing off of you. It is not fun. I've been there. So just recently, Starbucks has opened a location in Bancroft, and maybe it's not the news for, let's say, Toronto, but for Bancroft, which is a smaller town, this is a fairly big deal. So I was very excited. I worked at that Bancroft Starbucks a number of times. It's very lovely. And I think what's unique about the Starbucks that you will never see in a GTA Starbucks is their little announcement boards. Over there, they have a stamp club meeting. They have an announcement about watching out for turtles. Like, how wholesome is that? Because right now turtles are crossing, and a lot of them, of course, can be hit. There's World Crisis, I guess, meeting, and is there heaven conversation. So cool, definitely very unique. For lunch, head for the Halibut Fish and Chips. This is from the summertime that I've been there. It's an excellent fish and chips place. Lovely people also run that place. Another gorgeous, gorgeous place to check out in Bancroft is Eagle's Nest Lookout. There's actually another Eagle's Nest Lookout a bit further. This is the Bancroft one. Just recently, they created beautiful lookout platform. Definitely something to check out while you're in the city. No matter what time of the year, it will be beautiful. And of course, whenever you're in this area, make sure to just look out for different lakes. Stop by the lake. Over here is a loon singing songs of its people. And we also just randomly, when we were driving, we ran into this guy. I swear, I think he thought that we had food. Like, I feel like he, for some reason, thought that we are here to feed him, because he was not scared, curious of us, and kind of came up to the car, which very rare that happens. Of course, don't come up to them, do not touch them, do not pet them. They can charge at you. They can do damage, so they're still a wild animal, even though really beautiful. I think this guy is only like a couple years old. He looks like a baby, and definitely a gorgeous one. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought down below. By the way, I'm trying to get as many followers as I can by the beginning of 2026. So if you have not subscribed, and I know that a lot of people that watch me do not subscribe to me, please subscribe to me, because it would mean a lot, especially entering 2026. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.